What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, ranters? I'm Ross, as you know. This is my channel. Today, I'm going to be ranting about something that I've been waiting months and months and months, probably over a year, to get off my chest. Today, I'm going to be talking about our culture and why there's such a hate towards the police in general. And I have a rant about that. Alright, so first let's start off. Where did this whole hating the police come from? I mean, we know it started way back when. I mean, it didn't just happen out of nowhere. It's not like people literally just started hating on police in general. The only difference is it wasn't this big. I mean, it literally, every single place I go to, you get different people hating on the police for no reason, even if they've never done anything to them personally. I mean, I get, honestly, I understand, for instance, like, NWA's reason for their song, Fuck the Police. Now, that makes sense. But what doesn't really make sense is why people think they're so cool for shitting on the police for absolutely no reason. I mean, let's start off. I was on Instagram the other day, and I saw a kid who posted up a picture outside the high school of him just flipping off a bunch of cop cars that were parked outside the school. Why? Because it makes me cooler, duh. I mean, I don't even get it. I really don't even get it. I just wonder what's going through your mind. Like, do you think you're part of some, like, social status now? Because you now are also contributing to hating the police religiously? It's kind of ridiculous. It's kind of stupid. And I don't get it. Now look. If a doctor makes a mistake and a doctor gets sued, you don't hear next thing in the media, oh, well, all doctors are bad. So how did it come to be that the screw-ups of the minority of police officers gave a bad reputation for all police in general? Because let's be honest. If majority of the police were not doing their job well at all, this country would not be safe whatsoever. I mean, let's be real. New York City alone has around 80,000 police officers in it. Crazy number. But then again, New York City is one of the safest cities in the world. Now, people don't generally think about it like that because, let's be honest, it's New York City. And in the past, it has not been safe as it is now. I mean, come on, I wouldn't recommend walking down a dark alleyway in the middle of the night by yourself, but you get my point. The point is, this culture on hating the police is so stupid. It's so stupid. And it's not like a culture that everyone is a part of. I mean, but there are a lot of people, for unnecessary reasons, just hating on them. Just because they think, oh, they're cool now. Or, oh, they're part of the social status. Or, now they're like NWA. Or any of those rappers or artists from that time who actually had to go through police brutality and had a reason to make songs like that. But I don't get why the everyday common person hates on police wherever they go, whether they're calling them pigs or just different names, different insults, for no reason. You know how disrespectful you're being to someone who's protecting you, serving to protect your city and make sure you are safe. And what do they get in return? Your stupid comments of hate. Of hate. You're just generating more hate in the world. This world's messed up as it is. We don't need more hate to go around. Alright? I try to practice good vibes and positivity. So I'm actually not angry when I do any of these rants. This is just a way of getting this stuff out of my system in the most straightforward possible way that people can understand. I mean, there's not too much detail I can go in, but for instance, here's something. Ferguson. We remember what happened in Ferguson. Okay? And everyone hated the whole department after that because one police officer shot this black teenager. But, not even everyone knew the whole full story at first. Do you know what he did? He reached into the police officer's cruiser and tried to grab his weapon. Obviously, the police has a pretty good reason to defend himself after that. Now, you can hate on me for saying that and defending the police in that matter. But look, I'm just tired of ignorant people on the internet not knowing the full story, not even knowing the facts, and just straight away just blaming the police. Some of them, they'll be doing their job accordingly. And people will still be like, you're being too rough. Can't you see he's in pain? Of course he's in pain. He's being detained on the ground. And guess what? 99% of the time he deserved it. Or she deserved it. Let's not be sexist here. You're being detained because you can't control yourself. A cop doesn't just... 99% of police aren't just going to go out and detain people. It's not like I'm going to be stopped at a traffic stop, or I'm going to get a parking ticket, and I'm going to be dragged out of my car and detained. That's not going to happen. Now, there are a few bad eggs who mess it up for everyone. And they've contributed to this hating on the police for no reason also. These police officers, whether it's corrupt police officers who've just taken advantage of the system, or just police officers who have been involved with brutality. They're all contributors. I'm not going to say it's all our faults. It's not all the media's fault. There's faults on both sides. It's what I want people to see. You can't just pick a side because sometimes everything's not so black and white in this world. Not one person is innocent and the other is guilty. It doesn't always work like that. It doesn't. And people need a reality check. That's the problem. People are always so black and white. Oh, it's one side or it's the other. There's faults on both sides in this situation. I just want people to open up and realize that. Stop believing what the news says all the time, because sometimes the news over-exaggerates stuff, or doesn't even give the correct information right away. I mean, we all know how well Fox News is at giving the correct information, or as my dad and I call it, Fox Noise, because it's more entertaining, because of how hilariously stupid some of the reports are on there than actual facts. And honestly, this kind of thing needs to stop. I hate seeing this random hate on police. And this is honestly speaking from the perspective of the police. Now look at this. A minority doesn't want to be discriminated against by police because of the color of their skin. But then some minorities will go back in return and hate on every single police officer in the world. Now what are you doing? You're discriminating against all the police. You're being so hypocritical, it's hilarious. You're doing exactly what you didn't want done to your people. You didn't want to be discriminated against as a race by the police, but yet your retaliation is discriminating against all of the police. Great, yeah, that's perfect logic. That's perfect. This world makes sense now. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, ranters, that's my video on people hating the police and why I think it's stupid. And I hope everyone has a great rest of the day. Ranters, ladies and gentlemen, peace out. Have a great afternoon.